Hello and welcome back to Zero Escape. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. In the last episode, we learned a lot more information involving both Aoi and Akane Kurashiki, otherwise known as Santa and June, or what is possibly June, because technically Akane is supposed to be dead or something. I don't know. Someone's supposed to be burnt to death, but she's here. But if that is true, why is she here if it's not the same person? And even in saying that, why does she get sick in some of the other routes? Why does she seem a little bit more clear-headed this time around? I don't know. Let's just get on with it. And also the fact that Junpei is experiencing more phenomenal fields as well. That's a thing too. So the last thing that I ended up doing was basically completing this room, right? I have the key card 0 as well as the Neptune key, was it? I know it was the Trident one, I believe. How do I progress through this room? Over here. There we are. Alright, let's just swipe this card. Junpei, look! It's unlocked.
Yeah. Now we can go back to the library.
Hurry up, Junpei. We don't have much time. Let's go. Alright, let's go then! And this should just open up on the other side, heaven forbid. There's another room that this connects to, and that other door was just faux.
I think the shaking
Seek
stopped.
a way out again. Another trophy. Seek a way out again? Why did it give me that trophy now of all time? Oh well.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs the Uranus card too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know. All right, it's open. Let's go.
Why did I click that? Sorry. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. I'm
See if
still
you
out of it.
work. Yes! I think it unlocked. It says incinerator.
Right. So, like I mentioned in the previous episode, that means that Ace went through all of that by himself, because you know damn well Lotus wasn't gonna help, and that was basically it. So Ace kind of did it himself. Oh well.
So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it. Let's go.
What is this all setting up for?
What the hell is going on?
June and Santa?
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Junpei, you came to get me.
Yeah.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it.
So why are you having a stomach issue?
I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
They. Who's they?
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Okay.
Ace.
Huh. Using the art again. Interesting. Cool.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
It kind of like says it as if it's like a revealing thing, like in a Scooby-Doo chase, but we've already learned this literally not only multiple routes ago, but also in this direct route.
You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1.
What? Oh yeah, that's right. He has 9. I was about to say 0, but that's a 6. I forgot that he has 9. Yeah. Just remember, like I said, it's a new day, so I'm trying to remember all the stuff because after the last session, I really had to like hurry up and do some other things.
Give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
The 9th man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait!
Ooh.
What? Why isn't it opening?
Because as we've discussed, 9 is actually 6. Or there's something else afoot that isn't... I don't know. Because if it isn't technically 9, then it shouldn't have worked before in the other routes, right?
One more time. Now open!
Oh my god.
No! What is this? Why? That digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening? Now!
That was so rhythmic. Tudun, 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 tudun. Oh my god! That Foley had so much meat to that sound.
Ugh.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Here we go.
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
You should realize voices, right? If you can't distinguish faces.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet.
When would he have killed the rich man? Nijisaki was door 3. Kubota. What was? I don't even remember the name. Hold on, can I go back? Musashido. Musashido was Money Man. When would he have killed him then? Because he was in door 1. When would he have done that? I honestly have no idea. Okay. That's cool.
All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota.
Obviously.
You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself.
Correct.
So that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem.
Which I'm trying to remember, how the hell did he actually end up opening the door for Nijisaki for door 3? Because it would have been himself and number 9 bracelet, which we now know is 6. 1, 6, 7. Would have needed another 6. Oh well.
He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room.
Mistakenly.
However,
Mistakenly,
because
excuse
of
me.
your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki?
So even still, if it wasn't Snake, and we obviously see that as Nijisaki, who doesn't have the number 2 bracelet, how the hell did the door open?
Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet.
6.
You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number, and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel.
6. 1. Every 0 is a 6. So, Man X, or Musashido, who was murdered in room 1, had a 0, or an O, excuse me, that was 24, that was a 6. We now know that number 9 was a 6, Ace had 1, obviously, 7, to get... You would have needed a 5. Actually, now that I think about it. 7 plus 5, 12. How was he a 5? How was Nijisaki a 5?
Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in.
Nijisaki does have a bracelet. 5. 5.
9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
And you mean to say Snake is still alive?
Speak up, Snake.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new.
Little shit.
Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Did we find anything? See anything? Hear anything? I'm trying to remember, because it's probably something very specific. Honestly, nothing is coming to mind. But Clover and I stayed in the room. He went on to the captaineering ship, which then led us into the next room, which was the Morse code room, followed by the room that Musashido was in, and that's the final room that we escaped from in Route 1. How would you have... When would you... 6, 12. Well, it wouldn't really matter. But he still would have had to have solved the previous room to go on to the next one.
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle.
Wait, they were the exact puzzles?
Which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse.
Where did Junpei get this knowledge? Okay, I think we jumped something. Where did you get this knowledge that the puzzles are the exact same?
All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it.
With the right time.
With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest.
It was in his chest? I thought it was in his back.
One blow was all it took. And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest?
Was that his way of wiping off the
You
blood?
pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket.
The 9 bracelet? Or the 0 bracelet?
It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1.
So is there a possibility that in all the other rooms, Ace just solved it, like when I wasn't there? Is there a possibility that Ace just solved it for everyone else? Like, really quickly? I don't know. Maybe.
There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past.
Ooh.
I've prepared a camera in the captain's quarters.
That's why it's
The
there.
images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you.
Gotcha. Interesting.
The decision is yours. Do as you please. 0.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters.
Right. I was thinking that. I was like, from the very beginning, that doesn't sound logical, because there's no way that he would have known anyone besides possibly Kubota, but even then, he doesn't recognize faces, so...
I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation.
Much like Nijisaki.
I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him.
Correct.
But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning. even though I didn't know who he was.
Interesting.
I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. It was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap.
No, I completely understand how you fell for all this, because you were just blinded by pure rage.
But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago.
So every puzzle... I wonder... if it is really Santa who is Zero... is it possible that... Zero... or Santa... made it so that the only people who have bombs in their bracelets are Ace and Kubota, as well as possibly Nijisaki and Musashido. Everyone else was just a participant in this sick game that he's just that he just needed participants in, who all just happened to be roped in. So even still, going back through the list. Kubota, obviously, was a part of the original team. Lotus, her daughters. 7, Investigator. 6 is June, who we know is Akane, who might be still Akane, who fucking cares. Followed by Clover, who is one of the test subjects in the Nevada group. Santa, who is already in this group as well, with his sister Akane, who may be June, who fucking knows. Snake was also in the group with Santa. And Ace, or something Hongo, whatever, who ran the initial nonary game. Junpei is still an enigma as to why he's here. That is not explained yet. And I'm still waiting for this reveal.
That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero. And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there.
Right. Well, what about your sister?
But there's one thing... No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1...
You're not Zero?
I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary.
Kind of like Kubota, Musashido, or Nijisaki.
But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
June?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose.
Isn't the only purpose? Is it to finish the test?
There's another reason you guys were playing the nonary game. To save someone.
How are we saving June? How are we saving Akane?
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
Has she been in this test this entire time or something?
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw...
Where is she?
What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kuroshiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
Everyone is, like, just imagining her?
7! What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time.
Whatever fucking
It was
fields.
a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For two organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact.
Correct.
The morphogenetic field theory.
Yes.
Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine.
Mm-hmm.
There were two separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic.
Yep.
They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic.
Mm-hmm. Correct. And that doesn't really explain why you and Akane were there. Like, that's just really weird. Even still, if there were 9... There were 16... Okay. Okay, let's think about this again. There were 16 children taken. 9 were in... If 9 were in the Nevada group in Building Q, including Clover, how were there 7 plus Santa and Akane in... Unfortunately, I think that might just be like a little detail that might be missing, but with this script, it's so fine-tuned that I don't think it's like that, but who knows?
The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake.
2 of them were switched and went with their own sibling?
Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A.
Okay.
Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you?
So whatever happened to the Answerer in Building Q?
I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Yeah.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb.
Was I... do I have a sibling? Do I have another sister or something?
You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't.
I'm an Answerer. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Yeah.
How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed?
So then, who's my questioner? Who's my transmitter?
Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo?
Or am I supposed to look at it as, like, I, the player, am the transmitter, and Junpei is the receiver? Oh well.
And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
He knew because I knew. Or Zero? Zero? Possibly? Who the fuck is Zero? Junpei was receiving information that I sent him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in 2, like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom, from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backward. That's why people in the river's source in the past will never know about the downstream in the future. But the people in the downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. A bit more cryptic. Where did she go? June. No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh, shit.
Freeze.
Ah, the gun. Oh, this art is powerful. Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the table on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having the gun on his head.
Get up.
Damn, this art sure isn't about to take the gun off of him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he looks drained. I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Not at all. Why would this door,
We
if
were trapped?
none of the other doors have opened for us?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Good question.
My gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
Incinerate us?
No. No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit, we gotta do something. Maybe we can still get out of here through door 9? There's the red. Yeah, alright. We can do this. I've just gotta... No, this isn't gonna work. There's no way. There's 5 of us. The 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26, which converts 2 and 6 into 8. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Sure, why not? I don't think I'm going to need them. Ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations. A lot of them. What? Man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey! No need to be ripping the pages out like that! Jeez!
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least 7 got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she's writing. Let's see. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7. 5? Oh, wait, yeah, for a second I was reading 5 as June. Me. That would leave Lotus out. Ugh.
What? And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she'd figured it out, though. Yeah, she's really quick-witted and really fast in math. Man, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
No! No, 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 no!
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Whoa, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she'd expected that as much as I did.
Without... if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, all right?
For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, all right? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Because it's not really vacant, is it?
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
Did he, try and shuffle the wrong bracelet in?
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why?
Ace plus Santa, who is technically 0. 1 plus... Yeah, I guess.
The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see, why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
Two plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 equals 18. 18. Its digital root is 9.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open
Well, that's
9
weird.
years
I didn't
ago.
click anything.
The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
To get Akane to escape or something like that. Shit. We can't get through the door. We can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way in hell we could get to the hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. I mean, we're not hearing the warning sign right now. With 9 minutes, was it, before? I mean, we got the warning when it was myself, 7, and Snake, right? I think? Who was the... There was a 4th person, right? Clover, was it? I don't remember. But we all ran through. Snake sacrificed himself at the time without an arm, something. So maybe Ace had gotten there and triggered the setting for the 18-minute timer 9 minutes before. Oh well, I guess this is it. This is the end. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that reverberated in his eardrums, vibrated. What the fuck am I reading? I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. The Kane vision, I just realized. I don't like this, that I can see this. What happens when I click this? My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Oh, I can't click that. Okay. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him, and we became one. Inside of Junpei. Yeah, I guess she is a transmitter for both Santa and now I guess. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind. 9 years in the future. Really? But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present, and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of think of it as two movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
Huh. I'm trying to see, like, all the comparisons. Obviously, we have Snake and Santa and June for Kane. And then, like, this was Hairband Girl or whatever Seven was saying. I was trying to see if, like, any of the cast has, like, similarities beyond just, like, the people. That was my brother Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age. Okay.
Come on, hurry up!
Well, I mean, Snake was the oldest, right? Or, no. Santa was the oldest. Really? Santa was the oldest. Interesting. They ran down a long, straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fistfight. A girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the Nunnery game began. We're starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. Light is Snake. Interesting. Or Snake is Light, I guess. So, what were the names that... Oh, the blue-haired girl is, Lotus's daughter. That's how I'm supposed to recognize her. Gotcha. So what were the... he was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake. Okay, so... What were the names that Seven could remember? Light, Aoi, and Nona? Was that right? Nona? Yeah.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around
I
him.
have a little sister. She is very important to me.
Maybe Snake was the oldest? I don't remember.
Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
Her real name... What? Her real name is actually Clover? I mean, I don't know why they would use, yeah, why would the kids opt out for, different names? So Clover, Light, now Snake. Interesting. 9th birthday. As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 four-leaf clovers. Okay, that is a 4th one. I was like, 1, 2, 3, where's the 4th? Yeah, down there. Yeah, this has to be Nona.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted.
Interesting.
I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is... well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 four-leaf clovers would be appropriate.
And this is probably where Santa learns of the significance of clover and the 4 words of significance.
Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck?
this has some, like, cuteness to it, but it's still, like, in the middle of a death thing for all these kids, so it seems weird, but I still like it.
Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Now don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were all calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a little while longer, and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with a number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time, it was only 1. But if there was only 1 door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors.
We began to panic. Then, as if things hadn't gotten bad enough already,
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
my brother Aoi swallowed hard and
I
answered.
think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened, and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like 7 said it did. The 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent, away from the incinerator, and slid down into the hall. We came out on the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. What? Nona's the one that died? What? No. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized.
Oh no, where is it? Did I drop Junpei's present?
Please tell me it wasn't the 4-leaf clover or some stupid shit. What? I knew I'd had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, I had dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me. I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think. I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quickly as I could, quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
Oh, God, Akane, why are you so dumb? Like, why? You have pissed me off so much in this entire game. It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back toward the stairs and freedom... Here comes Ace. The door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. Or Hongo. It was Hongo. Gentaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity in his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then, suddenly,
Akane!
the door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt toward Hongo.
You came back!
I cried out, but then
Ha! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. With the cold, heartless screech of the metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. He turned away and walked to the red and sat next to the door. Sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked on the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all, and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later... the 2 other doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran toward the door with a 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely through the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency Incineration Command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in
Junpei vision. Interesting.
18 minutes. Please evacuate evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit! Man, I knew what I was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it!
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now.
We can, and your daughters can explain it too.
I promise. I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Okay.
you know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn.
Yes, Clover, thank you.
What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means. Well, god damn it. Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. Floor, it's moving. What in the hell? What else can I say about it but...
What the hell is that?
Connie.
What is that? What is that?
Wait a minute. How is... So, hold on. If I'm to believe that this is Zero's recreation of the ship, which isn't really Santa, possibly older Akane in the future sending the stuff to Junpei in the future from the past after learning the previous roots of my death and everyone else's death and us being trapped and everything, and then sending us the real answers here. I guess Akane's technically the only person to have known that this was a thing, because Santa wouldn't have. This is weird. What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Yeah, I noticed that too. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off, even as more took their place, and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen, and it was blank. All I saw was my frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. Huh. Cool. All I can see on this screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. Man, I wish that thing would just shut up!
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Okay, we've lost 3. Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. What the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
What? Oh yeah, she's a computer whiz. Hey, we're all tense, lady. That doesn't mean you get to shove people around.
It's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... What? Well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen, though?
What is this?
What's up?
I'm trying to, decipher it as well, right as we're doing this.
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
It's got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered around a 5x5 grid. One is, stuck here, I'm assuming. The numbers range from 1 to 8. Okay, 1 to 8. And then after that...
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle, the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
I'm noticing 2 3s, 2 5s, and 2 7s. This is weird. Alright, puzzle. How do you work? Oh man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
Shit, 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was going to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure that I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. I wonder if when this gets solved, the doors open, as well as like the bracelets just fall off. Like that just solves it for her, and she's just able to leave. Or something. Because, like, that has to be what Santa reacts to in the past, is her bracelet. I had no idea how. My connection to Junpei had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. Wait, Akane's the receiver? And Junpei is sending it? What? Okay, interesting. I thought... I mean, I guess, yeah, she did say that she was feeling his emotions. Yeah, that's my bad. I'm stupid. And she was different. She could experience stuff in the future and bring it to the past. Weird. It felt like seconds tick by. I felt seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face. A frightening, evil face. It was Hongo. How long had he been watching me?
Don't know what to do.
He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
Okay, he's still laughing. His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart in the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot tears.
You're a terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty, you see? I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
What I've been saying about Zero this entire time, it seems like every puzzle is made to be possibly solved, but if somebody does happen to die from it, whoopsies.
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered. Before Hongo left the room, he scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3.
1 and 3. 4, and her 5. But...
Say, Akane, what's your number?
I looked down at my left hand. Should be 5. The face on my bracelet showed a 5. 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. I ran to the door with a 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel. It stopped detecting it after the incineration occurs.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it'll be very painful.
This horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I was crying, great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow, I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't. I just can't. There's no way. I can't figure this out.
What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating, and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as if it would pound itself to pieces. I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Junpei had given me. Oh, okay, so it wasn't to Junpei, it was from Junpei, gotcha. Okay, that's why it was so important to her, because honestly she could have just bought another one for him, but that's why. At least I'd had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Junpei! Help me! Help me! Help me! Junpei! 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 Please! Help me! Junpei!
Akane?
So he heard that this time. Interesting.
Akane?
Who the hell is Akane?
Okay, is this supposed to be like some destined partner type of shit? Like the person you love, you can send information back and forth, but like siblings can only send information one way? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Yeah, I was just about to say, wait, what do you mean who the hell is Akane? I guess you guys, well, I guess you don't really know who Akane is. You only know her as June, but wherever June is right now. Seven and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me. I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck! Did something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Shit!
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Junpei?
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course. But I'd heard it so clearly. He was right there.
Junpei!
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Junpei!
That's her. She's there. Then, that means...
Akane! Akane!
Oh, are you in the incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How
couldn't believe that he knew that. Now I understand what Santa meant.
Right. There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Junpei, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. At last, I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the nonary game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it. There's only one possible answer. June is... Zero is... Akane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No. She's trying to save herself right now. That means there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her, no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Yeah, I know. Just hang on, alright? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, alright? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. This is no ordinary keyboard. Is Snake talking to them about something? Okay, is he trying to explain the situation to them? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way!
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus. I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now let's have a look at this thing. We've got numbers all over this grid. I think the panels are out of order. So I just need to switch these out. Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. I'll just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Please don't let there be an actual 5-minute to 6-minute timer on this. Oh no. Think of all the things that I've done before. 8. Switch. With 1. 8. Okay, so I can't click this. Hint. Shit. I mean, every other hint hasn't given me the answer before, so what is this? Seven. When I press hint, numbers appeared on the empty slots of the grid. They're all single digits. I get the feeling the numbers change when I switch out the yellow squares. But this square at the bottom... Why does it stay blank when I press hint? This one? 08. Okay. R7. Yep. Something forward? Word? Something password! Yep. Okay, oh, what am I doing? Yeah. There we are. Success. I solved that in less than 6 minutes. Please enter password. What? Error. Okay. What could possibly be a password? Error. Okay. Swap out the password. What are some previous words? Okay. Password? I'm inputting a password now, then. Why'd I read it like that? I'm inputting a password now, then? Are there any hints? What the hell am I supposed to put here? No. Screen appeared after I solved the last puzzle. Maybe the hint was in that one? Password 0? Was I supposed to... If I reset, what happens? Okay, it doesn't go back. Think about this. I didn't... 8 numbers. Two one. Shit, nope. That puzzle. The answer ended up being password. I tried that! And after it was an extra space. Yes, I tried that. The 9th square. Maybe that's the password? 9th square? How the fuck do I type that? The puzzle. I solved it by making the hint squares all 9, so the hidden number should be 9 as well. That means... the number after password on this puzzle screen is 9, and the password of this thing is asking for... I should input... Number after the password on the puzzle screen is 9, the password of this thing is asking for... I should input... Okay, I didn't know if it was, like, more cryptic. Is that your final answer? 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8.
Yes, that's it.
2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Equals 9? Okay, I didn't realize that I just had to put in 9 by itself.
Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did! Now I just have to press enter!
Oh, I cut it very quickly. Like, I'm at 4 minutes. Holy shit. Then again, the game was kind of telling me everything you did, now I just have to press enter.
What the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will!
I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
Jumpy! It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him. But they were a very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I had had left disappeared and I collapsed to the floor. For a while, I just lay there, laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst.
Whew.
I can't quite believe I did that. But I'm so glad. so glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. Ours is still on. No, I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. I need to tell Akane.
Akane! Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Hang up.
Oh, of course, that's fine.
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were 2 bracelets Hongo had left behind.
Now.
2 plus 4 plus 5, 11 plus 7. 11 plus 7 is 18 plus 8, 26, 8. Yeah, it all adds up to 8. So 5 plus 5 plus 1 plus 2 would be 8 for her. So those were the ones that Ace used originally. Well, 7 and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. And would that make sense for who went with Santa before? It was Ace and Santa, who we believe to be 9, but isn't the case. Or he was 0. Actually 0 with a 3 as a deceiver. Whatever. Well, 7 and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay?
Ah, shut it.
Right, okay. So maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
I wonder if that actually kind of tracked how much time I spent solving that previous one, because that'd be kind of interesting. Like a silent timer?
It doesn't sound like it's stopping. What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again. And again. And again. Okay, that's not working either. This alarm's still going off. What the hell is going on? I've got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Why? Of course. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. That's what the numbers that showed at after the puzzle. That's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle mean. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then... door 9. Is this, like, wasted blood I'm seeing? Is it actually an 8? Nope, that's it! That number on the door isn't a 9. It's not even a number. A G. No, because that would have been the 7th letter, because H is 8 and I is 9.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit. Of course! And we just have to put the right number into the red and...
Incineration will begin in...
carries a 9. I'm not following. The player's not following.
30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Don't have much time. Man, I sure hope they can just trust me on this one and we are all fucked. Alright, no time to explain. Just go!
Quick! Verify your numbers on the red! Verify? Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Good voice acting.
Why? You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Oh my god, this actor's great! Hurry, 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 hurry!
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
1.
Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Okay, what could possibly have been solved? Okay, what were the numbers? 2 plus 4, 6 plus 5, 11. 11 plus 7, 18. 18 plus 8 is 26. If it's not a number 9, I was thinking possibly it was the letter P, but backwards, but it was painted on the other side. So, like, we see a 9, but on the opposite side it was a P. That's not right. I mean, the 26th letter is a Z. Two plus 6 is... I've already... I'm doing something wrong in my head. Oh, thank fucking Christ! Oh, no time to be happy, just time to go!
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go, go, go!
Come on, guys, move it! Okay, they're all through. Move it, Junpei! Just in time. Yep, this is a red. Now we're looking for a dead. Okay, there was nothing here. And there goes the door. 81 seconds. Don't call him yet. You're not done yet. We've still got to find the dead. Oh, we found it.
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
Huh. Man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. I still have Junpei vision for some odd reason. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head warily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
There's no more danger. Can we really still talk? I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel. But... nothing. Okay, I was right. Well, you can tell her in the future, because she's still here, or something like that. The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms. Please tell me we get this art. There we go.
Oh, oi!
Akane!
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. I'm seeing the right thing, right? Did she even realize? Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever. But I couldn't. The moment I'd passed through the door, my bracelets had begun the countdown to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. Please tell me you didn't forget the other 2 bracelets in there. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective who we'd call 7 in 9 years, and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide, and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Aoi was right. It was time we got moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running, up the spiraling stairs, to freedom. Okay. Back to Junpei. Time for more running. But if they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? Is Seven talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Okay, how did we solve it?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital root 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Hexadecimal. So it was 26Z. Like I'm still thinking that, but why Z?
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
Base 2.
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
26 is Z.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
9 or G.
You don't get it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A to G. H was 8, 7. Yeah, 7 plus 9, 16. Right? Am I doing my math right? I is the 9th letter, H is 8, G is 7, 7 plus 9 is 16, 16, 1, 7.
What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27? 26 is Z. What is 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same. So, I guess you'd add alphabetical digits.
Or, no, you add 26. No. You would... what is it? 26th after 9. Oh, good God. I think 24 is O. P would be 25. Q. Okay.
E is 14, F is 15, G is 16.
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19.
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22.
N is 23, O is 24, P is 25.
Yeah. And? What comes after that?
Q is
26.
26.
And what does that mean?
There wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a Q! A fucking lowercase q!
I mean, personally, I've always drawn it like this, with a little tail at the end, because a lot of people in my school would always draw G's and 9s this way as well. So, oh well. So I was always taught to do this, and I always went with like a cursive version for a G to differentiate. Heaven forbid no one could understand what the hell I was writing. So I always made it above and beyond, like, noticeable to tell the difference.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. God, my thighs are killing me. I swear any moment now I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell of my body is dying for air. Damn, every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest? No, I can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, legs. There can't be many more of these steps left. There's a lot of running. Let's run. Run. Like a bullet down a rifled barrel. Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally! And finally, Junpei. Interesting. Back to this door. Jesus, I can barely breathe. No. Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together. You're almost there.
All right, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's probably gonna be one more
We're
fucking
finally
room.
here.
Please do.
Sure. You look like a big, heavy door. But you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open. And you're gonna open now. Sunlight, I think. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi's. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace. And not only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us had been kidnapped. We're finally able to escape from the gigantic. Why is... I guess Snake would turn around just to, like, understand more situational awareness. On the distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed across the ocean, and then it was gone. Which is another thing about the Titanic. It makes a horrifying, like, sound as it sunk. Ugh.
It's over.
Aoi whispered.
Yeah.
It was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Yes. Finally, air. Damn, that sun is bright. I can barely see anything. I gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like... Wait.
No way.
You've gotta be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is...
Ocean liner? Oh. I was...
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
So we weren't in any danger. I said that. Huh. Or maybe... I don't think the kids in the Nevada group were in any danger.
The mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Sure enough. That's a desert out there, with mountains all around it. Hello there, son. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. I don't think I have ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I just hear something fall? All of our bracelets. Right. Our bracelets. I guess I've never really got a good look at the underside of these things. One of these, whatever. Let's see what's inside you. It's just a little electronic chip, like an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. So... I'm right. The only people that were going to die were Ace, Kubota, Nijisaki, and Moneyman, Murashiki, whatever the fuck, Moneyman. There was never a detonator to begin with. Figures.
Akane.
Jumpy.
Guess I might be pretty crazy about a girl if I'm hearing her voice in the wind. Jesus, I butchered that last sentence. Is this just how it ends? I wish I hadn't butchered the last fucking sentence. Hold on, then where are Santa, Ace, and Akane. I enjoyed this game so much. The puzzles, the story, everything was so well written. But I still have a giant gap in what's happening. So, because of an interaction between 7 and myself to where adult Akane was, she had to have been there at some point. And she slipped away or something. But then where is Ace, Santa? What the? Where was that photo? I never saw that one before. Did I miss something? I feel like I missed a route when going through door 3 or something like that.
Are you okay?
Okay, no, we're getting it here.
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of elementary school. Junpei and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
What does that even mean?
As much as I want to commend the voice actor, it really does sound that he's trying to put on a kid voice. That's fine. Junpei grinned and...
Ow, 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 ow.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Junpei. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing is a pretty smooth ride. It's a pretty smooth ride, good God. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building. Keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Again, where's Santa and Ace? And Akane. Almost like it was a present, you know? Santa Claus. Anyway, we jumped in. And now, here we are, screaming across the desert. What the fuck? Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and 7 and I are all squeezing in the back seat here. I can't believe we let her drive. I was like, hold on, if I'm making this map out in my head correct.
Woohoo! This is so fun! This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around. And there's no speed limit.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right?
Yeah, you're going flying.
This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Oh, I thought he meant, like, because of the car, not 7.
Why don't you drive, 7?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
He doesn't have an international license.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down. The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
You're just inferring that?
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out.
Okay.
There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
Oh, shit! God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast! Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. We're sure throwing up a lot of dust. Yeah. So, there was definitely like an escape thing for Akane to slip in, like when she was feigning like a faint or something. There was probably like an escape door. It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline. The moment we saw what they were doing, Junpei ran up to them, furious.
Hey! What the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Junpei, sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
I guess I could've.
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Oh, the animals, yeah.
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies.
Also, that was really sharp a hard whistle. He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it to the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so I... Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Kentaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary project? Anybody? Any ideas?
I think it was made because it was all about other people seeing that he couldn't understand people's faces. And then even in that last little bit to Akane, who's like, you don't know what it's like to be cursed or something like this. So I think he was trying to find his own sender, maybe, because it was trying to study the idea.
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty. No emotion. He looks like he'd just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You could at least look at me when I talk, man. Or look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes. If you want to put it simply, but if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I can supply that as well. You see, the human collective consciousness...
I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right. So what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, somebody's a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Well, see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping I'd catch him when I finally slipped up. During the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk. But you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it. The root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Madrigal, of the family Solanaceae. I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create soapwood.
Gotcha.
Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Shit. This is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride. As much as you can.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is a for you doll. His name is Junpei.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm toward me. In his hand was a doll made of yarn, small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
If she went back for it before, hold on, and she carried it into the incinerator, I'm not just gonna spontaneously combust in the middle of this car, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
No.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
You know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much? I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June then?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe.
Slipping back into adult mode.
This doll, traditional charm of tribe. So I give this. It me. So we always together.
There was a lot of Native American books before, but kind of touchy, but
Oh,
well.
Jumpy.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell into June's tiny yarn body.
Jumpy.
Excuse
I'll
me.
never forget you. I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down toward the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of the evening. Just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set, and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one, the lights of the town began to flicker on. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on that gigantic. But she's still alive now, as June. But how? Is it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then... how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense, he's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But Seven... he said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or... wait... maybe that's not it at all. There is one other logical explanation. Is what you told me the truth, Seven? You look satisfied. No. No way. He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there. There's somebody next to the road.
Or maybe I was supposed to deliver it as, he couldn't.
Huh?
I don't know.
What?
Alice. The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on the shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. Or it might be June, dressed up as Alice. And that is the end. Aw. Don't forget your towel. Interesting. Okay, would I like to save the info I have obtained during the playthrough? After saving, the game will restart from the beginning. Please select a save slot. Okay, so before anything else, I just want to make a comment. The way that Alice is designed, or possibly Akane or June or whoever, the way that she's dressed looks like Nonary game number 2. Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Resort, I think it's called, or VLR, I think is what it's more known as, since like this game is known as 999. But she's dressed up as like a titular character that takes place of Lotus, because from the opening view of the game, from the very beginning, it looks exactly like everyone is one carbon copy of the next character. The only difference is Junpei and like the protagonist, I think, in the next game, they look very different. Like Junpei in the second game looks more like a football player or whatever. But there's a person with white hair, there's a dancer-looking character, there's a girl with pink hair, I think there's a nerdy person as well. I don't remember if, like, there's a 7 character. Let's see. Snake? I didn't really pay attention too much for that one, but, like, there were a lot of comparisons. So I don't know if that's, like, setting up for the next game that has been going on this entire time as well. And, like, we've been sending it to the next group, but why would they be here and not like on a ship elsewhere if we were in the Nevada group? And why is she there and waiting to be picked up? And also, where is Akane and Santa? I don't know. Oh well, I've enjoyed this so much. And you know what? Let's see the final image together. I would like to save here, yes. Interesting. Access the flowchart or return to the whatever menu. Well, that's it. That is all of the first Zero Escape, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. And I could not have asked for more for this. And they probably set it up for a sequel, which I'm not going to complain about. But that being said, I enjoyed this so much. Like, I was expecting a lot more escape rooms, honestly. Like, because all the other times whenever there's been an escape room, it's been like escape room novel, escape room novel. So when I first saw this, I thought it was going to be escape room novel, escape room here, and novel, escape room here, novel, and then the ending, something like that. But I feel like it's appropriate the way that I ended it. Like, here is the entire episode from here all the way down. I feel like this is the perfect way to end it. And hopefully you're looking forward to more. And now I can actually watch the series from ProZD. I don't know if they're going to immediately jump into the next game, but I will for my next recording. So thank you so much. And as a final goodbye to a wonderful game that was wonderfully written and very well written, Uh, you know what? Before I go, I'm thinking that in the last part of the novel where Junpei was like, "Why did? Is there a wrong conclusion that we had to jump to?" Or I'm thinking Seven was just lying and maybe possibly faking all of his memory loss and just like feeding us information about it, and that's like what we're supposed to derive from his storytelling because he's content with himself. This was all just a fake thing. But I mean, if that's the case with Santa and Seven, uh, they're in on it. June is in on it. 9 blew up. Nijisaki blew up. Musashido blew up. And Hongo is still stuck in the van. Why is he the only one to live? Like, he's the most heinous of all of them. Like, he's the one that had an objective and put the kids through it. I mean, one had money. One kind of just studied it. The other one built everything. Hongo is the only one that had any say in whether or not to actually do it. He went through with it. Why is he the only one to live? I don't know. I mean, Ace had no idea. Junpei had no idea. Lotus had no idea, but her daughters did. Clover and Snake had to be shitting themselves having been put in the same situations, but they should have been able to solve their puzzles just as quickly, if anything, quicker. Hell, I went back through multiple puzzle rooms and did them fast. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. I enjoyed this game, and I'm looking forward to Game 2, Game 3, and supposedly, I guess it's somehow related, a 4th game, but it's under a different title. That's to come in the future. But for now, I'll leave you with one final message as a final goodbye to 999. In that being, have a nice day.